And we're going to share the screen. Okay, so we see it. Everybody good. All right, can you see it, Rose? Yes? Okay, so we are on our 7th week of our Moving On Up, the Director Bound. And I loved, what do you guys think? Again, I think this was one of our most big week when we talk about this whole the Miracle Morning. Did you guys like that video? The Miracle Morning, did you guys like it? Yes? It was okay? Can you hear me okay? You loved it. Loved it. Good. Yeah, I knew you would, Melissa. I mean, again, this is one that anytime any of us watch that, like it just, I mean, it's really sort of quite changing just the way that you really look at everything. And again, I said he's got a pretty dynamic story and testimony and things as well. So I'm glad you guys liked it. So again, you know, during this week that we were, I hope is going well with your affirmations. I'm talking about those out loud, looking at your vision board. And again, that whole idea that it's going to take 21 days for us to make something a habit. Did you guys add in the different savers? Did anyone add in? And you can use the chat. Was there one of the new savers that you used this week? Did anybody try one out? Did you try scribing or exercise? This graphic, you love this graphic because the lady's doing the yoga in the middle of the nowhere. I know. But what about the stuff on there? Did anybody try one of these that you hadn't done before? Nobody? Yes. Did I post this for you guys? Do you want me to post it in the group? Would that be helpful? Yes? Okay. Yes, because I do want to, you know, it's something that, you know, again, for this week, if you didn't add one of these in, do that. Just take a look and say, okay, every day I'm going to just sort of try this one and start putting these. Again, it just goes into those habits and it really will be changing. It really will make a big change here too. So up to this point, we really have talked about focus primarily on, again, strategies that are going to help you grow personally. And when we focus on growing ourselves and having a balanced daily routine and focus on taking care of yourself, it's going to make you a stronger leader and a stronger consultant. And that's what we want. So that's what we've really been trying to work on up till now to get that going. But today we're going to introduce a new best practice habit. So those are like personal growth ones. But we're going to go into really, again, getting practical with what we want to do. And this is something that we've done with other things, but we're really going to talk about doing daily contacts. What I love is that, you know, with this Go for No that we've been talking about with the new consultant special, a lot of you guys have been doing this kind of stuff anyway. Let's talk about, you know, what we're, one of the best practices I'm going to tell you that every successful consultant does consistently is to make daily contact to grow your business. And I'll tell you that a couple of things have happened in the past that, hold on for 1 minute, girls. Do you need something? No, unless she's in the bathroom, but I think she's gone. Okay, that's right. That one of the things that we talk about with the daily contacts and making these. Some of you might know this, and I'm going to say, Rose, you probably not so much. Ashley, you're new. Melissa, you would know this. The whole idea of binge booking. Does that ring a bell to anybody? Binge booking. That we talk about that when you're going along with your business and all of a sudden you look at your calendar and you have no bookings, right? And so we book. You do whatever you can to book. And then you have those bookings and then you might have those shows. And then all of a sudden, a few months later, you look at it again, you're like, my calendar. So it's like this constant binging, booking, you know, going through and booking. And so this practice, I promise you, will keep you out of having to do that. That will make it much more easier and much more consistent. I know you have been doing that, Rose, and I love it. You've been doing a lot of contacting. This is going to be easier for you. So a definition of a contact is a two-way conversation between you and another person. So just writing a message to them, if they don't answer you, that's not what we're going to consider. The purpose of them, again, is to either get them to book a party, to join your team, purchase products, build a relationship, or even to provide good customer service. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to get more into later in the call about 2, 2, and 2. Customer care, we've talked about that as a way of making those contacts, and that definitely is a big part of it as well. So different ways, of course, that you can make contacts, doing phone calls. I don't care how you do it. Text messaging. I'm meeting people out and about. My bag that I carry. I was going to see if I had my purse. I don't know where my purse is, but it has the Pampered Chef on the front. So Grace and I had to go pick up pictures. She had some pictures printed at Walgreens. And Melissa, you were there last weekend when we went to the New Hampshire. So I had my bag there. So I totally used that Susan Moulton thing. So I had my bag. The girl behind there, she looked at it and she goes, "Oh, Pampered Chef." And I go, "Yeah, are you familiar with Pampered Chef?" She goes, "Yeah, I was just on." She goes, "Yeah, I've got a few things." And I said, "Oh," I go, "Well, when was the last time you, what did I ask her? When was the last time you were at a party or that you hosted a party?" Something like that. And she said, "Oh, I was just on one of those virtual parties. A friend of mine did it." And I go, "Oh," I go, "Well, did you?" And she goes, "Yeah, I picked up some stuff, whatever." I go, "Well, have you thought about having one for yourself? Because then you could get some stuff for free." Ding, ding, ding. She gave me her information. I found her right there on Facebook. We booked a catalog show or a virtual party, just like that, like just by doing that. But again, it's just bringing up that conversation and having the that kind of talk with her too. Yeah, some PC clothing, some little swag would help. But again, anytime that you can have that, you could carry around, I'm telling you, the season's best catalog. The cookbook, that's another way that I've gotten contacts. Go to the grocery store holding one of the season's best, and be, grocery shopping out of the little cookbook. That's a great way to sort of advertise what you do as well. So just to sort of keep that in mind. So different things, emailing, in person, Facebook messages. We were just talking about the calling past customers, making sure they got their products, that they're using their products, that they're enjoying it, all those different kind of reasons. Those would be good ways to sort of start conversation. But again, it does not count as a contact if you don't get a response. So if you send it, that doesn't count as one. So again, if we want to have a consistent schedule of 2 parties a week, we need to ultimately, you would want to make 25 contacts a week. Ultimately, that would be what we'd want to do. So, usually we say is we break it down like 5 days a week, 5 contacts, and your goal, we talk about this when we talk about these contacts, is 25 contacts outside of your party. So these are not including if you're running a virtual and you're doing some talking and chatting up with those people. It doesn't count for those people. These are out over and beyond. So you were doing customer care for someone from a past party, even last week, that would count. But our parties that we have right now, then, and I'm going to tell you that even when you become a leader, when we get to that point that you actually, I tell my directors this all the time, that your personal show schedule and personal recruiting is your priority. You're always in this business a consultant first. So I always am looking at, when I sit down to work, I look at my personal schedule and my personal business first before I work with my team and you guys and do an incentive. That's how I work, and that's the only way that I'm able to. And I'll tell you right now that if we've got a leader on our team that has fallen short, like that it's not stuck, and I'm saying, I mean, that's usually I can look at, and we can look and see that their personal business was not where it needed to be. So great learning experience for everybody, that's just where we need it to get to, because you've got to work on. This is going to be a skill that you're always going to, doesn't matter how high you grow in this business, this is a skill that you're always going to work on. So here's how you're going to keep track. So you have a notebook, and we talked about this again. Judy Joel told us about this last week. I actually have one notebook for bookings and one notebook for recruiting. So you want to get yourself a spiral notebook. Some of you do this virtually, and if you can get good at sheets and stuff, and the Google Sheets, you can do that. So that you have a notebook, and I'll tell you again what Judy said, make it easy. Whatever we're going to contact for the week, for bookings, if you say I'm going to have, 15 two-way contacts, number it 1 to 15, and then just keep that list, and don't write them down unless you've had that two-way conversation. Sometimes I like, though, is it to have sort of a random other column here of all of the people that I've made messages to. So I might start them over here, just a long list of everybody that I've sent messages to or that I've reached out to. And then here is my 1 through 15 of my actual 15, so that I make sure that I do that. And do that right at the beginning of the week so that you know that you have them all done. Sorry, I didn't freeze. I just lost my paper. So again, you can tally it up, you can go back, and it's just a really good way to track and stuff too. And again, here's a good way. It's important to stay in contact with your customer base. All of you have already had customers. This would be a great way to start. And one of the other things that happens too is because you all have the eBiz tools, you do have a monthly email that goes out to what is calling your warm call that oh, sorry, I'll do that 1 sec. I just saw your message, Rose. Well, the home office, what they do is they send out a monthly newsletter every month. The warm call report, you can actually go in and see when that newsletter came out. You can go in and actually pull up and see who checked different things or who actually clicked onto your website or did that. So that's what the warm call report is just sort of being able to look at. And the only reason I'm not going through and showing you, Rose, right now where it is and how to get there is Alicia DeRoche, her and I were talking about this the other week, and she said, I can't find it, it's not there. And I feel like they've changed it. So I don't want to show you exactly what it is just yet, but it is a way that we can look at to see who checked what when they got those monthly newsletters that automatically go. Yes, yeah, I'm going to have to look it up a little bit more because it used to be very clear, but I think they've changed it with the updates. This is another thing, and we will get into this even more, but this is something you guys can do, is this 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months after the show. I literally tonight, in between this call and the call I had earlier, went through my party from Friday, my cooking show from Friday, my cooking show from Saturday, plus I have 2 virtual parties that just closed this weekend, and 5 that just pre-partied this weekend, so I already had other orders come in. So I wait till I get those orders, I see them come through on my email, and then I send them, literally, this is the email that I send. Let me see, because I just sent this. Let me just see. Hi, Terry. It's Anna with Pampered Chef. It was so great to see you at Michelle's on Saturday. Thank you so much. Now that you have my phone number in your phone, I would love for you to save me in your contacts as Pampered Chef Anna. So if you have any questions, okay? Question mark. That's all that it is. I'm not asking for a booking. And again, we're going to go more into this 2, 2, and 2. But when I hear it, when she comes back to me and says, okay, I'll save you, counting that as a 2-way contact, because I think that it really, again, I'm starting that relationship, and now that I know that they know me and have me. So again, 2 weeks later, I want to make sure they got their product. 2 months later, that's when we're going to really start talking to them about, what did they get their products, how much they loved them, and that kind of thing. One of the things that, we talk about what to say, that's a lot of times, what are the words? Sometimes I'll focus on the host special, I'll focus on the fun theme parties, maybe a conversation would go something like this. And you guys have seen, I give you guys tons of words. I'll give you even some other words right now that I'm using for my virtuals, just with some of the new host coaching and stuff I'll do. But I'll tell you that it's been really successful. I'll give you some of that. But here's like some words that one girl has put out. Hi, this is Anna with Pampered Chef. I won't keep you for a sec. I want to just share with you what's new with Pampered Chef. We have a new spring catalog with a huge focus on healthy eating and lots of new tools you haven't seen. In May, when you host a party, so this is talking about May, you can get this and that. Here's my most popular theme stars. And this probably is more like a phone call. I think this is a little wordy for a actual message. What I was doing with my virtuals actually is I was saying, hey, Susie, I wanted to just follow up. I've been doing something different with some of my virtual parties, and I thought of you and wondered if you would be one of my hosts to help me give it a try. And I said, it's super easy, just about 5 to 10 minutes a day, but you'll end up reaping the rewards and getting a lot of benefits. And I literally had one of these girls thank me. She's like, sure, I'll do it. Thanks for thinking of me. Melissa Hart, have you ever had somebody thank you for asking them to host a party? So I thought it was great when I said, she was like, thank you for thinking of me. I'm like, thank you. Okay, we'll do it. So I can give you those words. But again, if you guys are doing something a little different like I am with virtuals, we did that host coaching training. And if you're thinking, you know what, I'm not doing anything different, but I would love to do something different, I can give you exactly what I'm giving our new consultants right now. Started host coaching. I even have a template very similar to mine. I mean, I can even show you, and I am very adamant about that certain days of the week. I set up the party Wednesday, and I start putting them, adding people Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then pre-party starts Saturday and Sunday. And I'm very involved and stuff like that too. So I'm watching offering the March. That's awesome, Rose. Good for you. So did they thank you for offering it to them, and then, but we haven't gotten them to sign up yet. But they're so thankful that you thought of them, right? I can't tell if she froze or not. None signed up, but they thanked you. It's nice, right? We're not doing anything to people. We're offering something to them, for them, something that can benefit them. So I think that it's great. It's, again, just getting out there, and I think all of you are good. But if you need words and you want to bulk things up, let me know, because I can give you words and post them and stuff, and we can sort of have that kind of conversation as well. So let's talk about what we're going to do for this next week, okay? So here is what I'm going to have you start working on. So again, going back to that Miracle Morning routine, what habits are you going to add? And let's start talking about the benefits. I mean, I've heard people say when they've stopped and said, okay, they're going to do the scribing, sitting down and sort of journaling every day, like amazing things happen. And again, it's just sort of getting out what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and that's actually a lot of fun sometimes to go back to as well. What we're going to do, and this is going to be something that you're going to see from now on through the rest of this program, is we're going to start tracking our contacts. So we're going to start, again, the ultimate goal is that you would be doing 25 a week. But you're going to have 10 true contacts this week. And I'm fine with them being recruiting as well. But so 10 two-way conversations about Pampered Chef, trying to book a party or looking to offering that business opportunity. And then what I have you do is you number it and put your name and the answer, whatever the response was. And then your homework is to take a picture of it and send it to me before our call for next week. Okay? So this is something that you guys are going to start getting to see, and we'll wait a few weeks. We'll do 10 for a few weeks. We're going to up it to 15, and we're just going to keep going. And I'm telling you again, remember to trust this process, because everything that you do today is going to affect your business in 60 to 90 days. So unless you trust the process and you keep plugging through with it, you're never going to see the results. But even in the other group, I can see this is the month that we've been doing it, because we're in that last month with them. We've been doing this for sort of that 3 months. This is when stuff is starting to happen for them. So it's really exciting to watch that you're going to get into these kind of, again, habits that are going to be quite amazing. So any questions or concerns or thoughts? I'm trying to look up at the chats to see what's up here. None sign up. What if I already have a bunch I could show you already? Nope. 10 new ones, Rose. You can't use, or Melissa. Oh, wait a minute. Rose. 10. No. Rose, it's going to be 10 new ones. I panic when I meet people. I know, but trust this process. Let's talk about, this is not necessarily going to meeting new people, Melissa. We're talking about, I want you to talk, these could be 10 old people, not elderly, just older for you, you know. You can do it. This is what I want you guys to stick with this. Like, stick with this for the next, you know, we just finished. This is our first month, right? We're on our 4th call. So we've done 4. So we're a third of the way through right now. I promise you're going to start this right now. And by the time we're in that last 4, things are going to start really moving and shaking, because they're already moving and shaking for you guys anyway. So. Okay, the other thing is that I'm going to start and really have you guys thinking about too is, remember, one of the requirements on this that I don't want you to have to take a pass for, if you don't have to, but it's probably the one you would pass for, is that shows. Having the shows submitted for the month. So, you know, just sort of keep that in mind. So we've got March, we're still, you know, only halfway through March. But, you know, if you sort of have that on your back thought that you want to actually make sure that you've got, so you're booking parties, you know, that's really what the key is here too. So again, if you want those words from me of what I've been using to book some virtuals, I can let you know. I've got all the information. I'm giving brand new consultants on how to run them. I can give those to you as well. But I'm excited for you guys. Good. Excellent. So I'm on the road again this week, but I will be in Illinois and outside of Springfield next Sunday. So we'll have our next call, but I'll still be on next Sunday at 8 o'clock. We'll do our call and get moving from there. Good, guys? All right. I like the puppy, Rose. I totally want to know what Ashley's cooking for dinner. Is it something good? I'm going to unmute you because we want to know, Ashley. Oh, what is that? Wait a minute, I gotta unmute you. What is it?
It's taco salad.
Taco
Let me flip
salad.
Yeah, it's with turkey meat.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, that's what I'm
delicious.
cooking.
Good. All right, it's time to dinner. You go eat. Rose and Melissa, I will talk to you all soon, and let's get going on our contacts so we can get things moving, okay? All right, have a great night, guys. Thank you.